Welcome back to our channel Respect Education. Hi everybody, this is class 10 chemistry worksheet number 11. This worksheet belongs to metals and non-metals. Now Roman number 1, multiple choice questions. In which question number 1, the table shown below gives information about 4 substances A, B, C and D. Here are the substances and here are the melting points are given in Kelvin. Here electrical conductivity in solid state and in liquid or aqueous state. Now the question is that identify ionic compounds from the above given substances. So here we are asked to find which compounds are ionic compounds. First of all, we need to understand that ionic compounds are poor electrical conductance, means they do not conduct electricity in their solid state. In their solid state, they cannot conduct electricity because here the ions cannot move freely. So here we can say these are the poor conductors in the form of or in the phase of solid. So here good is wrong, here poor, poor and poor. So these three options are the correct answers. And now either in liquid or aqueous solutions, means when we heat it, on heating the solid, it will be melted, so that here we will get the molten state or liquid state. Or if we add water to it, then it becomes aqueous solution. In aqueous solution or in molten state or in liquid phase, the ions can move freely. That's why in this case it acts as a good conductor. So here as it is wrong, so this can't be considered, first one can't be considered. So in liquid phase good conductor, in liquid phase good conductor, whereas here it is poor conductor. So because of that one, that case here this one cannot be considered. So here you see option B and option C, these are the right answers. From given options, let us see option B, BC is the correct answer. So here option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 2, that is a cable manufacturing unit tested few elements on the basis of their physical properties. See, these are the properties and these are the different elements. Now here we can say that these are the different cables, okay, W, X, Y and Z. Here the properties are to be checked are malleable, ductile, electrical conductivity and melting point. Which of the above elements were discarded? It is given discarded, it is discarded. So discarded for usage by the company. See here these wires, they should have these properties. Malleability, the property malleability means it can be bent easily. So it can be bent easily. So this property is required. See malleability, yes. So here yes, yes. Ductility, ductile means it can be drawn into thin wires. So that is also required. So this property should be there, yes, yes. Electrical conductivity, the main thing is that these wires should allow the electricity to pass through them, that is called electrical conductivity, that is also required, yes. And here it is, okay, these are no, that's why this has can't be considered. Here no, so this can't be considered. Here these are yes, this can't be considered because of it is no. All should be yes. Now melting point should be, they should not get melted easily. Their melting point should be high. It should not be low, low. If it is high, this here it is high, correct. But here, because of this no, we are not going to consider it. Because all should become S. See here, malleability, ductility, electrical conductivity, melting point, all should be S and melting point should be high. So here we can say W can be accepted, whereas X, Y and Z can be discarded. So let us say which were discarded, X, Y, Z. So option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 3. That is, the table gives information about 5 metals. See, here are the metals: copper, iron, tin, aluminum, zinc. Percentage in the earth's crust. The word earth's crust should come here. It is misprinted. Earth's crust. This is the percentage. And cost per ton. This is the cost. The general pattern suggests that the higher percentage in the earth's crust, the lower the cost. Which metal does not fit into this pattern? Here, the percentage should be higher. At the same time, the cost should be lower. So let us pick up them. So higher percentage and lower cost. In this, if we see, let us move from cost. See, this is costliest one. This is the costliest one. So 9,500. That is 0.0002. So here, this is the least percentage, more cost. So let us take this as the first one. And below 9,500, 1080. So here that is 0.007. See, this is more than this. 0.0007 is more than 0.0002. So let us take it as number 2. And here more than that now, zinc. See, account the cost also. This is, so this is the costliest one, first one, and then second one. And here, this 575, that is of zinc. So this can be taken as third one, right? This is third one. Here we can take below 575, say 300 is there. That is what here, fourth one. So here that is a 5%. This is also fourth one. If you come to aluminum, aluminum should come, actually it should be there in third place. But whereas the percentage wise, it is at the fifth place. Right? Now here, let us write the places now to get and to understand this. See, the least one. This is the least one. So that is what here, first one. And here this is second one. This is third one. This is fourth one. Now you observe carefully. See here, this is the costliest one, has the least, means the most one, most percentage, which is occurring most percentage in the earth's crust, that is the shaper here. Is it clear? 4 and 4 matched, means you see here, higher the percentage, lower the cost. So it matched. Even let us see this is the higher the percentage, lower the cost. Here also higher the percentage, lower the cost. So this is matched, this is matched, this is also matched. Now let us see here. The percentage is higher, the cost should be the lower. So it should be less than 300 in fact, because it is more than 5, it should be less than 300. So clearly the aluminum does not fit into this pattern. So from the options you see option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 4. An experiment was carried out to determine the position of the metals P, Q, R and S in the reactivity series. The results of the displacement reactions are shown below. Solution metal, here P, Q, R and S. AgNO3 aqueous, PbNO3 twice aqueous, FeSO4 aqueous, MgSO4 aqueous. So this is silver nitrate, lead nitrate, iron sulfate and magnesium sulfate. So here let us see, these are the certain observations are given. Arrange the metals in ascending order of tendency to form positive ions. So here that means we are asked to arrange them according to their reactivity series. So here let us write them in the order. For example, if we consider from magnesium sulfate, here magnesium, here is iron, and then Pb lead, and then Ag silver. Now here this metal, it does not have any kind of reaction with these, right? So here P will be at the least position, because here it cannot show any reaction with any one of them. So this is the position of P. If you come to Q, silver is displaced, so it is above silver, and here with the remaining things, means with the remaining compounds or elements, there is no reaction. That means here this is the position of Q. Q can replace only silver. There is no reaction with the other metals. Next, if we come to R, silver is displaced, so it is above silver. Lead is displaced, above lead. Iron is also displaced, so above iron. So here this is the position of R, right? So here if you understand clearly, here for R, silver is displaced, so it is above silver. Lead is displaced, R is above lead. Iron is also displaced, so above iron. Now if we come to S, silver is displaced, it is above silver. Lead is displaced, above lead, and here with magnesium there is no reaction, so that is below magnesium. So here is S. Now from top to bottom this is descending order, whereas from bottom to top is ascending order. So here it is asked, arrange them in the ascending order of tendency to form positive ions. So ascending order means P, Q, S, R. So here is a P, Q, S, R. So option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 5. That is, 3 different beakers are set up as shown. See here, this is the aqueous metal of W salt. Now here in that, rod of metal Z is immersed or kept. In the aqueous metal salt X, here the rod of metal W is kept or immersed. In the aqueous metal of Y salt, here rod of metal X is immersed. Now in beaker 1, metal W is displaced from the solution. So here W is displaced by Z. So here we can say Z is greater than W. Next, in beaker 2, so this is beaker 1, this is beaker 2, and this is beaker 3. Now in beaker 2 what happens? Metal X is displaced from the solution by W. Displaced means by whom? By W. So W is greater than X. W is more reactive than X. Now we see in beaker 3, metal Y is displaced from the solution. So here Y is displaced by X. So here it is X is more reactive than Y. Now let us conclude it from all the three. We can say Z is more reactive than W. So Z is more reactive than W. W is more reactive than X. And X is more reactive than Y. So this is decreasing reactivity of the 4 metals Z, W, X, Y. So here from option C, Z, W, X, Y. Option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 6. The results of 3 halogen displacement experiments are shown. The table shows the results. Here X2, Y2, Z2. Here experiment with X and halide solution with Y, halogen added with Z. Now here the question is that what are halogens X, Y and Z? So here if you observe the options, bromine, chlorine and iodine. According to the reactivity series, so the order is chlorine is more reactive than bromine, it is more reactive than iodine. This is the order. But here simply we should not write Cl, Br and I. Cl, Br and I, option C. We should not write it simply. This is the actual order. In fact, fluorine also comes, but that is not in this order, not in this list, so we can omit it. So we should not write chlorine, bromine, iodine as it is. So let us understand the table first. So according to this, we need to adjust X, Y, Z. So first, X2, it can displace Y2 and Z2. So X2 should be definitely Cl2. So here let us write X2 should be Cl2 because Cl2 only can displace Br2 and I2 because here chlorine is more reactive than these two. So X2 is nothing but Cl2. Next, if we come to Y2, there is no reaction with X and Z. So definitely Y2 should be the least reactive, that is Y2 should be I2. So here Y2 should be I2. Now if you come to the Z, there is no reaction with chlorine. So here you see chlorine is more reactive than bromine, so there is no reaction. And Y2 is displaced. Y2 means here already I2. That means here bromine only can displace iodine. So this Z2 should be Br2, means bromine. Z2 is Br2. Now here X is Cl, Y is I, Z is Br. Cl, I, Br. X, Y, Z. X is Cl, Y is I and Z is Br. So Cl, I, Br. Cl, I, Br. So option D is the right answer according to this question. Now we see question number 7. The experiment shown is used to test potassium bromide crystals. So here there is a beaker, here potassium bromide crystals are kept, and here these are the electrodes and here is the lamp, and here is the source. Now the lamp does not light. The first case is the lamp does not light. Distilled water is then added to the beaker and the lamp lights. When distilled water is added, then the lamp lights. Which statement explains these results? First one, electrons are free to move in the solution when potassium bromide dissolves. This is wrong. Just because of electrons, the bulb doesn't glow. There should be oppositely charged ions. So here this is wrong. Metal ions are free to move when potassium bromide melts. So this is also not enough data. This is also incorrect. Metal ions are free to move when potassium reacts with water. No, here the main thing is that oppositely charged ions are to be moved freely. Let us see option D. Oppositely charged ions are free to move in the solution when potassium bromide dissolves. So option D is the correct answer. Then only the lamp starts glowing. Now we see question number 8. That is, the equation shows the reaction between element X and dilute hydrochloric acid. So X plus 2HCl gives us XCl2 plus H2. What types of bonding are present in the element X and in the compound XCl2? Here, when the element is added to acid, here we got the salt. That means here it should be base. It should be base, means it should be metal oxide. So here X is metallic is correct. Now here XCl2. Here the salt is, it is formed because the electrostatic force of attraction between two oppositely charged ions which are formed by the transfer of electrons from one atom to the another atom. So it is clearly ionic bond. So here it is ionic bond. So covalent bond is incorrect. So here X is metallic and XCl2 is ionic. So you can check it by taking any one of the metals like magnesium, so sodium, it can be tested. So it is metallic and ionic. So option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 9. That is, here certain element is there, element X, element Y, element O, element aluminum, and it is given certain things are given that it is represented by W, represented by Z, represented by S. Number of protons in di-positive ion of X is 12. Number of protons nothing but atomic number. Atomic number of X is 12. So this is nothing but 12th element, that is magnesium. Whereas the number of protons in uni-negative ion of Y is 17. Uni-negative, that is Cl minus, 17th element is chlorine. So this is Cl. Z is a compound formed by X and Y. X and Y. By when you mix magnesium and chlorine, Mg plus Cl2 give us MgCl2. So here this is what Z. So Z is MgCl2. The correct set of formula of W, Z and S respectively are, see W is X plus element O. Here X plus element O, here X is magnesium plus element O, magnesium oxide MgO. So here XO, XO. So these two are the right answers. Now when we add, when we make a compound, when they react each other, Mg plus Cl2 gives rise to MgCl2. So it is XY2, XY2. It is XY2 but not YX2. So this is correct. Now here S is, so the reaction between Al and the Y. So Al plus Cl. So that is AlCl3. Aluminum chloride, AlCl3. So AlCl3. So this is correct. So here option C is the correct answer. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe our channel. And please do not forget to press the bell button so that you will get the notifications from our channel. Thank you very much.